Greetings and salutations, this is Emperor Vespasian and his ever-beloved trusty sidekick.
That's so nice, hello.
I just thought I'd be nice to you for a change. You know, normally I'm hitting you with a stick and stuff, so...
Yeah, you don't see behind the scenes, you guys.
No,
I'm going to hide a camera. So.
Yeah, just like hitting him over the head with bricks and stuff, and he's trying to poison my food all the time. It's like living in a Roman family.
Oh yeah, I nearly broke up a nail.
Yeah,
there you go.
You did. Yes, yeah. No, God, we should have made a video of that. That would have been hilarious.
What? Just because one views, Make me suffer for your views.
Actually, you didn't see what Michael did earlier. He picked the laptop up and walked out of the room, and it was still plugged in.
What did he like pull him back?
Mum's phone went on the floor and everything fell over. It was hilarious. I couldn't stop laughing. It's always fun when it's someone else who happens to.
And then you get instant karma.
Yeah.
That's why karma's invented.
Yes. Yeah. Right. This is a video on the iGo light tank or medium tank. It's a light tank. It's not a medium tank.
It's a tank.
According to the Japanese, it's a medium tank. In reality, it's a light tank. So it's only got 8+ armor. But everything else is the same. So it's the Type 89 iGo. We've got 3 of these for the Japanese army. They're actually the first vehicles I scratch built for bolt action. So that was jolly good fun. They're not bad models for first go doing
these were built ages ago.
Yeah, I built these before God.
First tanks?
Yeah, years ago.
They did for Japan.
As far as Japan goes, these were actually the first mass-produced tanks that Japan built. So they were the first worldwide mass-produced tank. Although by the time the Second World War started,
useless.
They were useless. But they were used. They saw battle at Katlin Gol. They were interspersed with the other Japanese medium tank, what's that one?
Not that one.
Yeah.
It's the Hago.
The Hago, yeah. So interspersed with the Hagos and basically got blown up by the Russians. They're fitted with the same gun as the Hago, which is the 57mm howitzer. Now that's a howitzer. It's not a brilliant howitzer, only does D6 damage, but it is still a long-range anti-infantry weapon.
And thankfully, we are in the early war.
Yes,
so
we're in the early war.
I said might.
So your
There's
chances...
way more tankettes than the later war.
Yeah, when they came up against the Russians, the Japanese got a rude surprise. But when they were fighting the Chinese, they found that these vehicles were perfectly adequate because the Chinese couldn't take them out with rifles. So they were actually quite good in combat, but...
Rifles?
Yeah, they couldn't take them out.
You can't take out a tank with a rifle.
Yeah, I know. That's what scared the Chinese.
What? Okay. The thing they can take out a tank with rifles?
Yeah, it took them by surprise that they couldn't. Yeah.
No, what you need is to open the hatch and unleash a flamethrower down there.
Well, actually what you need to do is stick your bayonet through the turret holes and stab the crew to death.
Yeah, when you don't even open the hatch, they're already dead.
Yeah, but according to bolt action, you plant mines and grenades on it. In reality, early war, you can kill a tank with a knife.
I think that's why they gave the Japanese a little upgrade. The lunge mine.
Yeah, the lunge mine is awesome, but that's different.
I bet they didn't even know about that. You should ask them.
The Japanese used anti-tank grenades, which you threw into the air, and they had a little feather on them, which made them go downward. Yeah. They weren't like plumbatas, Roman plumbatas. So it would always
go straight down on your head.
It would always land with the charge facing downwards into the roof armour of the tank, which is the weakest part of the tank.
So it couldn't go wrong.
So it would go. They were very good anti-tank weapons. The Americans invented the sticky bomb, which was a bomb you covered in grease and stuck it to the side of a tank. They never stuck.
Yeah, I was about to say.
And the charge didn't go the right way, so it would just go bang.
You should have gone into the future, into the Halo universe, and got some.
Yeah, unlike Saving Private Ryan.
Oh no! Worst movie ever.
No German or Japanese, for that matter, tank were ever taken out with grenades. Just never happened.
No.
Never.
Weird, that, isn't it?
No recorded instance of a grenade taken out of tank.
Number one, why the hell would they say one person for the whole out of a whole team?
That's propaganda. Propaganda purposes.
Yes, us 5 men will make us all die to save one person.
Well, actually, they're trying to stop the Germans from retaking the bridge.
No, Ryan was doing that.
Yes, and so the men who were sent to rescue Ryan had to help defend the bridge, because if the Germans would have got over the bridge, then the Germans could have counterattacked the Americans.
That happened anyway.
Yeah, I know, but
So,
deal with it.
but propaganda.
Yeah, we're working with Hollywood here. And, you know, loads of really awesome stuff happened in both World Wars. You know, awesome stuff throughout history. Like in Rome, amazing, awesome stuff in Rome. And you make rubbish up about it. The series Rome, absolute horse manure. None of that ever happened. None of it's based on fact.
Yeah,
All
I wanted to
characters
watch
are
that
made up.
series.
It's stupid.
I watched Game of Thrones. I watched the first episode and went, what now?
Yeah, Game of Thrones is unbelievably boring.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people really love Game of Thrones. It's just, I've had enough of Lord of the Rings. It got ruined for me. I love fantasy stuff.
I love Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I love fantasy stuff. I love Lord of the Rings.
You
And
hate The Hobbit.
And I saw the films, and I went, oh my god, they've ruined Lord of the Rings for me, thank you.
This is why I don't like reading. It just ruins films.
See, same thing again. Perfect book. The book's brilliant, right? Why not set the film on the book?
Because you can't get that much content.
Yes, you can.
Lord
You
of the Rings
can.
is on the book.
Yeah, but most of the stuff that happens in Lord of the Rings, it's the wrong characters.
The
it's
first
the wrong
DVD is on
it's
the...
stupid. It's absolutely stupid.
It's 8 hours long if you want to watch it full all the way long. So yeah.
And The Hobbit was written while Tolkien was in the trenches. It was actually written in the trenches of World War One. Bet you didn't know that. I know that because I've got the original here.
Yeah, I need to tell you about that.
What?
Something after the video.
Oh, is it interesting?
It's interesting, yeah.
Okay. I've got the original print Tolkien books.
Just got to say, I found
Sorry, I'll just adjust that.
I found another original Tolkien book in my bedroom.
The original box. Have you?
Yeah, I'm packing up.
That will probably be The Hobbit. I've got the original Hobbit. My uncle was taught by Tolkien.
I wasn't.
So that's how come the family ended up collecting Tolkien stuff. So, although he didn't particularly like Tolkien, he said Tolkien would just wander in and start speaking Saxon to them. And they'd be all,
I would like
dude,
that.
I don't speak Saxon, what are you talking about? And
Speak English!
yeah, and he'd start talking to them in Saxon and making up Elvish, and he'd be like, dude, he wasn't one of Tolkien's clique.
And also in a grade class, but I wouldn't be in that class, me.
Hey, when I was going through my education, Lord of the Rings was required reading for everybody. You couldn't do anything without knowing Lord of the Rings back to back. But I suppose things have changed. Now it'll be Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
See, a mentally ill child living in an insane asylum called Hogwarts.
Right, I'm going to make my friend watch this video. Number one, it's about a child who is insane. It's not about a child who actually does go to Hogwarts.
Yes, yeah, Hogwarts is a mental asylum.
He's obsessed with Harry Potter, but he says that it's nothing what I told him, and I'm a liar.
Yeah, he keeps trying to kill his brother, which is why he gets sent to Hogwarts, which is why he hurts something happens to his brother at the beginning of each bit.
Guess what?
The family have to send him in, and yeah.
I got really bored of Harry Potter in the first video.
Yeah. But it's quite sad, really, if you understand what Harry Potter actually is.
What you need is council meetings from Lord of the Rings for like an hour.
Oh yeah,
that's what you need.
Star Wars, the new 3 new Star Warses with all the council meetings and stuff. Oh god, how boring. Oh.
You Lord of the Rings, you actually get to walk, but actually just use some real counselling.
Yeah, but they've ruined that as well. Anyway, this is the time, 98 hour goal. We're doing the time.
No, wait. Just
Yeah,
one more question.
Yeah.
Just before we start that. How come his axe shatters and then the next clip his axe is perfect fine?
Bad editing.
Right.
Really bad editing. There was a guy walking around set chewing on a carrot all the time. Always tends to put you off. Right, so as I said, it carries a 57mm howitzer. Decent gun. Do D6 damage, so that's quite a lot of damage it can do. Not as good as some howitzers. It's got 2 machine guns. One is in the rear of the turret, so the turret turns around to the front to fire, and that fires. Can't fire both at the same time. That means you've got 8 dice anti-infantry with a machine gun. That's pretty good.
Pretty decent, yeah. Pretty decent.
One downside to the tank is its flank and rear armour suffer from an extra -1. So normally a flank armour you'd get a -1, so instead of being 8+, it'll be 7+, but because its armour's so rubbish, it only gets a 6 on its side armour and it gets a 5 on its rear.
No more question. Want to be a big target?
Yeah, pretty decent target.
So that's another -1 because it needs a target.
That just means it can't use cover.
That's the downside.
So if you park behind a bush, you can still fire at it. Same problem with the Sherman. Sherman was way too tall. Stick out like a sore thumb. Then again, if you've seen some of the German tanks, they were stupidly sized. Why not just build a really small, cheaply built tank like the T-34 and just mass produce them, thousands of them?
Because they build quite far of them.
Yeah, good point.
Anyway, you never know become a constructor.
Yeah.
Or an engineer.
The Japanese actually produced quite a lot of tanks during the Second World War. They were, alongside England, America and Germany, they were actually, and Russia, they were actually massive tank producers. They produced large numbers of armoured vehicles, which often gets overlooked.
People tend BA-10?
That was Russian.
I love that Russian armoured car. So
the Japanese did produce a lot of tanks, so these were still sticking around. There were still actually a few of these left during the island hopping campaign in 1945. I think there were a couple on Okinawa, which would probably have been sent there for security, but ended up being pressed into service. Personally, I'd bury it and just use it as a turret pillbox.
What? No one will suspect it.
No, that would probably be the safest thing to do with it. Late war, this tank wouldn't stand a chance against anything the Allies had got.
I'll do what the Japanese did in their own country. And get them kind of tanks, cover them up with bushes and stuff like that. And when the army goes past, take the tank out and mow them all down.
Yeah, which is what would have happened had the Americans invaded.
But they had no troops to invade.
Although the Americans were going to nuke the entire coastline of Japan. So the American army that would have landed would have had to crawl over all the glass.
Would Japan be an island if that happened?
Oh yeah. I mean, we're talking low yield nuclear weapons here.
Oh yeah, they'll just be invented.
So you nuke the beaches and then land troops on the beaches and then the soldiers would die of radiation sickness as they invade the country.
I was saying as soon as America got their hands hold on the prototype for making nuclear bombs, they got obsessed with damn weapon.
Yeah, I mean they're weapons that are far more dangerous than nuclear weapons. But the nuclear weapon is the one that's like scary and it makes a huge explosion and it's really effective. Your problem is you can't really use them. Because if you fire a nuke at someone who's got nukes, they fire nukes back at you and all your people die as well. So you've got chemical and biological weapons that are far more powerful because you can use them without threat of retaliation because no one knows who's using them. Complicated stuff. So yeah, it's a decent tank. We use these quite a few times in games because they're cheap. They only put you back under the 34 points, which isn't too bad compared to the Allied stuff.
Well, it's nice. This isn't the greatest tank you can get.
No, it isn't. No,
but it will hold off infantry pretty good.
Yeah, it's cheap. You're probably best actually, if you have a choice and you're not doing a historical battle, I wouldn't bother buying them. I'd just buy the other tanks because you've got more machine guns on them and they've better armour. But if you're
because this is so bad, that would probably be the equivalent to a tanker.
Yeah, well, from the rear you can actually take them out with rifles. The armour is so thin; it's basically a soft-skinned vehicle at the back. So it's not the tankettes have got better armour.
No one did that full-on tank battle.
Yeah.
They saved the game for me.
Yeah. Yeah, they did actually. Because I ignored them because I knew they were rubbish.
And they took you out in the end.
Yeah.
I know they didn't.
That was like your idea with the
hard go took them out for me.
Yeah, the hard go. Yeah, the last tank video we did, you did mention using different tanks as a bullet magnet while you sneak.
They're a great bullet magnet. They're an absolutely great bullet magnet.
Yeah, because they're big.
Yeah, people think they're big, they're scary, and they're going to do something to you.
Yeah, without realising it's actually rubbish.
It's basically a tankette but bigger.
Yeah, when we get into the American stuff, it's going to be a lot more interesting because the Americans have some pretty decent kit, tank-wise. But that is later on, and at the moment we're sticking to early war. But we would like to do the island hopping campaign, which would be fun. So the armour's bad, but it is also fanatic, so you get to ignore various things. I don't mind them as a tank. I don't mind using them in combat, it's just they do die really easily.
Of course it's low armour.
Yeah, because its armour's so rubbish. So you have to keep it front face on in order to keep your 8+.
Well, what I'd do with it, I'd stick it in the middle. And this is like any scenario. Stick it in the middle, have infantry support on the sides, and have girls in the back.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Yeah, actually.
And tankettes in front of them.
When we're doing fighting in cities, that will be interesting to find out how these fare, because that's where they really came unstuck. It will be interesting to use them. But we're not going to be doing that for a while because we've sold all our city scenery for China. We're going to be getting a load of new Chinese scenery. So that's all up in the air at the moment.
Yeah, because we sold our Viking and Saxon stuff.
Yeah, got
and sold brand new stuff.
Yeah, got new stuff.
Because when we sell stuff, we're supposed to be prepared for it, but then we do a brand new project.
Yeah.
So we leave that one behind.
Yeah. But we will get sorted out. We have a few buildings, but I want to make some Chinese-centric buildings, some nice Chinese architecture, because then we can use it for other projects as well, typing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we have quite a few things in our heads that we want to work through. So please stay with us and see what we do. Anyway, I think that's the end of the video.
I think that is.
So you do the outro.
Also, one side note.
What?
I can't think of Germany, because I just watched a movie. I can't think of Germany without thinking of Iron Sky.
Yeah, you're weird.
Yeah, Iron Sky is just funny. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. You're really weird.
If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and comment down below what you think of the iGo.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's everything from me.
And everything from him.
You forgot to say that last video.
I did, sorry.
Yeah.
Goodbye, and thank you for watching.
See ya.